Hi, and welcome to Zeno Labs Live, the new live video series from travel booking and expense management provider Serko, where we feature subject matter experts on various topics across the corporate travel industry. I'm Tony DeStalfo, and today I'm joined by Ty Radcliffe, Director of Distribution at United Airlines. Ty, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Tony. I'm happy to be here.
Great. The topic today is distribution, and in my opinion, we're with the guy who's been knee-deep in this for a very long time, to the point where I actually refer to you now as the elder statesman of distribution here in the U.S. Appropriate?
I appreciate that very much. I have a great deal of respect for my other colleagues in this space. I don't know if I should take offense to elder, but I think I like where you're heading.
No, they call me that all the time. That's actually a good thing. Elder, it's knowledge. It's wisdom. That's what we've got.
I like it.
Listen, we got about 15 minutes today. We want to talk distribution, obviously, and so let's jump in. So first up, generally speaking, how are things going at United relative to NDC?
I think we've got a really good news story with NDC, Tony, and we did not slow down during the pandemic. We took it as an opportunity to just focus, buckle down, and keep pushing forward. We're delivering a lot of exciting capabilities. We're testing right now with ARC and BSP so that we can start to roll that out broadly this year. We're doing things like unused e-ticketing. And one of the things I'm really excited about is what we call servicing of direct channel bookings. So if a customer starts on United.com and they have told us who their agency of record is, we can actually allow that travel agency to retrieve the booking and make changes to it, submit it through ARC or BSP. Super excited about some of the stuff, unused e-tickets, et cetera, honing in on what TMCs need.
That has been one of the major gaps, the whole idea of servicing the record. So that's something that you say is coming or is available today?
Well, certainly we have change, exchange, refund, void, that type of stuff is out there. We're trying to go to the next level, unused e-tickets, trying to figure out what it is that the TMCs really need in order to feel comfortable pivoting to NDC. And that's what we're trying to deliver. I've been cautious in terms of rolling something out to the market that really isn't fully fit for what the TMCs need. So some people might say, well, United's been behind in this space. And I would say, really, we want to come out strong right from the get-go saying, no, we have a product that you can use out of the gate. That's the goal.
No, that's important. And because I think some of the others that have been early have had that as a major gap, right? Like what happens when, there is a disruption in the service? What happens then when there's a refund requested or maybe a downgrade and there's residual value? There's so many little elements that make this a lot more challenging that I give you my hats off, because I actually think that's one of the things that has been lacking here. So good that you guys are doing that.
Thank you, Tony. We're excited about it. And in fact, IATA has had an initiative. They call it. We had a name for it. It was more obstacle based, but we turned it into accelerators, NDC accelerators, where we've had major TMCs, buyers, and airlines in the room together with IATA to say, what are the things we can do to increase NDC adoption? And a lot of the other folks, Neil at American and a lot of other players in the NDC space have been there with us, rolling up our sleeves to say, how can we improve? So we're tackling that not only at United, but I hope as an industry.
So where's most of your, let's say, NDC volume coming from today? Is it still mostly on the leisure side and at your website?
And that's fair. And yes, and I think that's primarily just because of the pandemic, right? I mean, we have been really focused on the TMC side in terms of the requirements that we're building, the capabilities that we're making available, but just the nature of business travel has slowed dramatically in all of 2020, or at least since March of last year. So looking forward to seeing that coming back soon, we hope. And so yeah, I think it's very fair to say that most of our NDC traffic has been leisure.
All right, let's talk about, you kind of led into it a little bit. I want to talk about two of the other key participants in the business travel ecosystem. And I'm talking specifically about the GDSs and the TMCs. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody would suggest that they're not hurting, in the pandemic, right? But pre-pandemic, I would say their level of investments have kind of been all over the board. Some have kind of jumped in, but I think they were mostly hesitant and, let's say, sporadic. That's a word I use because I don't know that they were constantly focused on what can we do today, tomorrow, the next day to kind of develop an NDC solution or participate in NDC. So my question to you is, coming out of the pandemic or kind of within the pandemic, where do you see those two entities? Let's talk first about the GDS. Are they investing? Do you think post-pandemic they will maintain a level of investment? Given the industry has been impacted so significantly on the revenue side.
I think it's fair to say the GDSs have been investing in NDC for a while now. They haven't always been maybe as public about it, but they have been investing, doing the analysis. It's a huge lift for them. So, and my hat's off to them for undertaking it and doing it. So yeah, they're all investing. They're each at different places with different airlines. You ask me where to rank, the big three, it might be a completely different answer than someone else. It just happens to be where you are in their roadmap for implementation. But I've seen good things. I certainly would ask all of them to move faster. It's one thing just to be able to do shopping, booking, and cancel, exchange. Really what the buyers and TMCs are looking for is that special content that draws them to NDC. And I think that's unfortunately some of the longest timelines out there are for some of that interesting content, the dynamic bundled fares that we've introduced, which are the base fare plus a collection of ancillaries that the travel manager has said, I want my employees, my customers to see this. And we layer that on top and put that in the search results page so that it's very clear. This is a fare or product that your travel manager has negotiated on your behalf. One click, easy to buy. But a lot of GDSs are struggling to say, let's just get the baseline stuff out of the way, and then we'll do the cool stuff. And the buyers and TMCs are saying, no, I want the cool stuff now. So it's just a little bit of this, right?
No, and shameless plug, because we're really excited. Serko has been doing a bundle. We're going to try to grab the bundle from you guys on behalf of one of our customers. And we're really excited about it because it just enhances the whole experience for the user, right? You start to see the benefit of the bundle right there in the buying process. So, and we're really excited from the travel managers we talk to. They're excited too, because now they can finally get to the total cost of the trip, right up front. All right, so now let's shift to TMCs, and I'm talking specifically business travel. I think some of them have been in a wait and see mode. Let's see where it comes. There are others that have been very kind of direct about, we'd like this to be in the GDS. So do you think that's their position, or do you see anybody out there that's like, no, we're jumping in and we're going to do something independent, the GDS or the content source?
I see things all over the map. I see folks that are saying, I am deeply dependent on the technology that the GDS provides to me, and so therefore I'm going to wait. And then we partner with them to go to the GDS to say, these are the features and functions that we need to accelerate and bring to market faster. And there are others that say, I want to do both. I'd like to continue in the GDS, but maybe for some of my customers, I want some of this content faster. And so they do try to, put a toe in the pool, if you will, on the direct connect side. Others are saying, I'm fully direct connect because that's just my business model and that's what I want to do. So I think it's the gamut, and we're here to support whatever the TMC wants and whatever the travel buyer wants. That's what we want to make available and make them happy.
All right, let's talk about some of the third parties that are out there. So, let's move away from the traditional business travel ecosystem. You got Atris, you got Duffel, you got TP Connect, you got Excelia. Jim Davidson, our old friend from Fairlogics, is now with Excelia. Yeah. Do you see any of them breaking out post-pandemic to be kind of a leader in this space?
Full disclosure, Excelia is our IT provider for NDC. United's NDC API is provided by Excelia. They're a fantastic partner. We love working with them. So I feel like they've already broken out as a star in the NDC space. But I don't put them in the bucket with Travel Fusion, Atris, TP Connects, et cetera, right? Those are the aggregators, new generation aggregators, maybe is a way to call them, and Duffel, et cetera. I think they're all doing really interesting things. I'm excited about the technology that they're bringing, and I think it's sort of the rising tide lifting all the boats, right? As they innovate and find new things to do, everybody takes a look and says, well, I don't want to miss out on that. I need to be a part of that and make sure we have those capabilities too. So I don't know that there's one in particular. It's a broad field in this horse race, and the odds are scattered. So I don't know exactly which one's going to emerge as the winner. I think Wall Street certainly is making some bets on some of those guys. So we'll see. But I'm excited for all of the innovation. It can come from anywhere. It can come from the smallest one. And it helps.
And it's great to see the innovation. It's great to see the investment, as you mentioned, right? It's about time that we're starting to see a significant influx of private equity and outside investment in business travel, because I think they see the upside. So it's good. It's good that these guys are out there. And we'll see. You're absolutely right. This will be an interesting year as we move into it, to see if somebody jumps ahead, or, who knows, if there's mergers, acquisitions, that'll happen here too. We've seen that before as well, right? Multiple GDSs turn into one. All right. One business travel question before we move into the Zeno zone. So for business travel, will 2021, or the balance of this year, let's say the second half of the year, be a buyer's or seller's market? The airfares.
I'm the distribution guy, not in sales. So this is Ty's opinion. This is not a forward-looking statement. Look, I think business travel is coming back, and it's coming back in a big way. I think not only from the pent-up demand of we've got to get out there and see our customers, but also from the angle of I, as a traveling salesperson or whatever, I want to get on the road and see people again. So I think you're going to see it come back in a big way, and so it'll be interesting to see how things shift around. But as people get vaccinated, they're ready to hit the road. More people get vaccinated, they come back into the office. So there's a reason to travel. I see 2021 as I hope the last half of this year we start to see things get back to normal.
I'm with you on that. I'm actually becoming more optimistic, strictly based on the level of vaccinations. I think we're lowering the numbers. I think people are starting to see that it's okay to travel. I think domestically. I think internationally is going to be a little bit more of a stretch, but I'm hoping U.S. and North America, we start to get the lines open. All right. Thank you for that. Now it's time to move into the Zeno zone, where we switch it up a little bit. I'm going to give you a couple of quick hit questions that allow us to get a little bit more familiar with Ty the person. All right, so you ready to roll here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so Ty, you have a major business decision to make, and you can make one phone call to anyone. Who gets the call?
Oh, anyone. So alive?
Alive? Well, yeah. In this one, I'm going to say alive. The next question, you can have dead or alive, but in this one, we're going to say alive.
I'm gonna cheat and give you a two-part answer.
All right.
If it's a real business decision that I need to make, I'm calling my friend Jeff Katz. I worked for him at Orbitz.com. Known him for many years. I trust him. He's outstanding, and so I'm calling Jeff. If I get to call anybody, I might call Tim Cook, just because I think that would be cool. And let's see what he has to say.
All right, well done. Katz is a good one. All right, now we'll get into dead or alive. Three dinner guests. Anybody. This is anybody in the history of time, dead or alive. Three dinner guests. Who's at Ty Radcliffe's table?
So I saw you. I've seen you do this before, Tony, and admire you as a speaker and a leader. By the way, Focusrite for many years, and so I anticipated this, and I gave it a lot of thought. I'll tell you, you might laugh. Leonardo da Vinci, Winston Churchill, and Oprah Winfrey. And why Oprah? And it's Oprah because I'm going to be so starstruck and awed. I need somebody that's going to ask beautiful questions. She's going to do it. And I think she's fascinating as well. So,
well, let me just say, you're the second one to put Oprah at their table. So
fantastic.
That's very interesting for you to say that. And we are going to capture these things. So that's a good one. I like that. All right. as an ancillary to that question, are you at a fine dining establishment or are you in a dive bar? And now, look, if you invited Oprah, I said it the earlier speaker that gave us Oprah. I don't see Oprah in a dive bar, but
No.
I'm going to let you answer the question.
Me either. I mean, I'll go in there, but it's not really my scene. I would say fine-ish dining.
Fine-ish.
You know, if we're outside somewhere at a nice cafe, that's fine too. Bistro.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Last question before I let you go. I want you to give me a prediction, something you think is going to happen in our industry in the next 12 months. And remember, this is being recorded for posterity. So we're going to come back, and see how good your prognostication was. So prediction from Ty Radcliffe.
You know, this is important to me personally, Tony. I think you've seen the announcements that Scott Kirby has made about our serious investment in carbon sequestration and protecting the environment. That's really important to me. My hope and prediction is that another major player in our industry makes an announcement about following in our footsteps and doubling down on protecting the environment. I think that's hugely important, and that's what I want to see. Someone else coming to the table to say, yes, we too are very, very serious about protecting the environment.
Excellent. Well done. All right. Well, listen, Ty, thanks so much today for joining us. It's been really a pleasure, and it's always great to see you and talk with you. Hopefully we'll get to see each other in person soon. And I want to thank everyone else who has joined us live here. And we look forward to seeing you again on our next installment of Zeno Labs Live. Until next time, this is Tony D and Ty Radcliffe signing off.
Thank you so much.